Assalamualaikum everyone. Mohammed Kashif Siddiqui from South Australia, Adelaide. I'm currently working as a header with McConnell. Before that, I was working with BMD, and I'm a flag bearer for South Australia. I was waiting for other people, uh, but let's see how everything goes. And so let's start. So in terms of South Australia, this year, Jilani bhai, can you guys hear me? Let me know if there is any issue. Yep. Thank you. So during this state budget 2021 and 22, the government of South Australia has poured a lot of money actually for around $17.9 billion for the next 4 years. Our state is very small as compared to the other ones. So any job bigger than a billion is like a very big job here in South Australia. So as you guys are already aware that South Australia was the third most livable city, which is a surprise. But so the government is thinking a lot, like, how they can, keep the name up. So they have certain things like, how they can support economy and job growth here. And there also has a lot of focus on the regional areas, so which is very good. So what I did basically, I listed all of the major projects in a one page, so you can have a good idea. So there are two big departments here in South Australia. The biggest one is PEiA, called as the Department of Infrastructure and Transportation. It's like a biggest giant here in South Australia that runs everything. And the second biggest one is SA Water. So if you see the number one on the top of the list here is basically T2D, named as Torrens to Darlington. It is one of the biggest job in the history of South Australia, $9.9 billion. So what they're trying to do, basically, they're trying to upgrade their motorway. So we have a one motorway, luckily in South Australia. So it has a length of around 78 kilometers, but there is a missing link that goes from the major part of the city, has a lot of traffic lights, and the speed reduces over there. So that missing link is 10.5 kilometer. So the government is trying to do the tunnel project. That will be the second tunnel project in South Australia. So it's total, it will be done in two stages. Stage one will be around $5.5 billion. And the stage two will be around 4.5 or something billion. So it will be 3 lane. Before that, it was 2 lane. So they just added 1 line. The cost has jumped to $9.9 billion. There are a lot of big companies, tier 1 particularly. They're trying to do the JV together. So they're still waiting for the instruction from the department, like how they want to split the packages between different companies. Because currently the condition is very tough for the companies. They need to have either $1 billion experience, or they need to have a $250 million local experience. So it will. Yeah. Sorry, Azar, can you please put yourself on mute? So this job project will create almost 4,000 jobs. So it's a twin tunnel. So that the way, like you can see, one on the other side and the one on this side. So it will be a very good project. So for this one, it will start almost around 2023 and it will go up to 2030. So for this one, they have acquired the a bit more quick, sorry guys. They have acquired the laydown area for the TBM, as TBM consume a lot of energy. So they are already in discussion with SEPEN, and I believe they have got all the resources in hand. So it will be a very good project for South Australia. It will help them to boost the economy basically. And the second biggest one will be the fluoro connections. Anyone who has been to the main South Road, so what they're trying to do, they're trying to do the duplication for the main South Road and the Victor Harbor. So both are very important in this regard. It's around $560 million. It will be DNC. It will start around 2021 and it will go up to 2023. So it's a good package actually. So the next one is Hysen tunnel. So there is only one tunnel that we have at the moment. It was built maybe, I'm just guessing, maybe 15 years back. So as per Australian standards, it doesn't meet the current standards for the fire. In case if there is any fire or blockage in the tunnel, they can't do anything. So they have to upgrade the internal retrofitting for the tunnel. So this project will start almost around 2022. And there are a lot of companies like McConnell itself, CPP, Esiona. So in the Langrod will be a part of that. So the next one is Handorf Freeway. I believe this is a German name. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a $250 million project. So in this one, that town is like the like on the east side of the Adelaide, but there is all a big like a, the road trains. So the big trucks, those basically go to that area. And to facilitate that process, they want to connect the handoff with the southern freeway. So this project will be $250 million and it will start around year 2023. So it's in the initial planning stage at the moment. The next one is Mount Ball Dam. I'm very interested for this one. I left a message in the group if someone has like experience in the dam raising project. So we have a one big dam here in South Australia. The government is committing around $200 million. It will be by SA Water, South Australian Water Corporation. So it will start in almost around 2023. It's a 4-year project. So what basically happens when there is a lot of water, it basically start, the dam body, there is a overtopping and there are chances it can lead to the dam failure. So they have to raise the dam wall and they have to do some work with the gates in this spillway. So in the start, there were 3 major companies. Now it has been reduced to 2. It will be ECI job. So it will be versus 2 companies. The third one and the next ones are small one. I wouldn't put a lot of effort on this one. Sorry guys. This one is Adelaide Living Beaches. So what happened in Adelaide or South Australia? The sand from the south side goes to the north side with the sea waves. So the government has to cart the sand back to the south side to keep the environment like in a good condition. So what they have a installed already a sand pumping system here. So it pumps the sand from the northern end and it moves the sand to the southern end. It's like an automatic system, so keep the environment intact. Then there is small job like Mike Turner Bridge. Then on number 10 is the station refresh program. So the government is trying to, there are a lot of railway stations, so they're investing more money to facilitate customers over there. It's a small different packages. And the next one is SA Water Capital Program. Currently, I'm working on this one. It's a 4-year program. So the SA Water will upgrade their trunk lines, dams, and the network system for next 4 years. The next one is Job Baluch Bridge. It's towards the north side. CPB is already working on this one. It's the Alliance PEiA, Port Wakefield to Port Augusta Alliance. So CPB has already acquired this one. So they're very in a good position. It's in the, they're currently working on this one. So in SA, if someone has to do any works related to the water, so there is a different pre-qualification for that. So I believe that company will come from interstate for all these works. Then the next one is Port Wakefield overpass and highway duplication. It's with the same company. CPB, it's an alliance PTWPA, I believe. And the next one is the Gawler rail electrification. So all the south side has already got the good system here. So what the government is trying to do, they're trying to introduce more environment friendly trains. So these new trains will be like 50% on the gas and 50% on the electricity. So this was it's like a blow up job for Lend-Lease. They got trapped in this one. So it's a big job for them, but I think the government and Lend-Lease has some issues with this one. And all the infrastructure division for Lend-Lease has been bought by Asiana now. But there are a few more companies like SC Structures, they got burst on this one. So like they're going for the liquefaction with the banks at the moment. So these will be new trends here. We already have these ones on the south side, but not in the north side. The next one is R2P, the Gensitive Paints. This was also alliance of between McConnell and McDonald and Orb Group. So this job has been already completed, and it was done by McConnell. It is very fantastic job. They did this job like 2 months before the completion period. So DIT, the department, is very happy with them. The next one they are currently working on at the moment is Ovingham, a level crossing. So what is happening over here for all the rail crossing, same like with the other states, they're trying to remove those crossing in a way, either there will be a grade separation or a bridge or something like that, because they're trying to make the like most of the stations are very close to the city, and we are a festival state. During during the Feb and March, we call it as a Mad March. So there are a lot of events happening in the city for during this period. So they're trying to promote the more tourism, and they're working on this one. So this will be the new bridge for that one. So then they're what they're trying to achieve, because there are a lot of immigrants coming to South Australia. So there is a population increase in South Australia. So there is a lot of traffic load on the roads. So they're trying to upgrade different intersections. So what I did, I put an approximate number, $250 million, because there are a lot of intersections. Sorry, I don't have a lot of information about that, but yeah. So the next slide. So meanwhile, I try to cover the building as well. I'm not a building guy, but can try to give you guys a quick overview how the buildings are working in this South Australia. So the government poured a lot of money, around $1.2 billion, to upgrade the existing schools, and they're trying to build a new women and children hospital by end of 2027, because the current children hospital doesn't meet the requirements. So it will be very close to the ENRA, the Royal Adelaide Hospital on the backside. So that was built by CPB and other companies in the past. And the next job is Australian Break Center. It's basically a proton therapy center. It's under construction at the moment. It's around $500 million job. So it will look like this. So it is being built by Lend-Lease. So the next one is Adelaide Tower. So this is a new tower that is being constructed. It's like a 5-star or 7-star hotel in the heart of the city. So there used to be an old building over here, and I have never seen any demolition that has such a huge amount of temporary works. It was a fantastic job done by a demolition company. I think it's an interstate company, Delta. Then I think someone talk about the Olympics. So because I think women football um, cup will be held by Australia and New Zealand. So, and there are chances there will be few matches here in South Australia. So the government has planned to construct a new arena for that. The next one is a very small job. It's a $180 million 62 Curry Street project. Um, they have already done the Adelaide Airport terminal expansion. So they're trying to um, complete that, I believe, by 2025. In the next one, the government has poured around $800 million for the health service center here in South Australia. So they're trying to improve the ED system for all the hospitals here, because most of the time they go to different codes because of the workload. No, I have to go to the last one if I forget anything. I believe that's it from my end. So if there is any question, I'm more than happy to, respond to those.